In the heart of Los Angeles, beneath the neon glow and chaos of Skid Row, stands a building that seems to breathe, a hotel that has witnessed more death, despair, and darkness than almost any place in America. This is the story of the Cecil Hotel, the place where nightmares checked in but never checked out. Have you ever wondered how a single building could swallow hundreds of souls without anyone ever being held accountable? Why people kept dying inside the same walls, generation after generation? And why, even today, the air around it feels cursed? Stay till the end, because what I'm about to reveal isn't just about ghosts. It's about the dark design of a city that forgot its own people, and the hotel that fed on their pain. It began in 1924. Los Angeles was booming, the roaring 20s in full swing. The Cecil was meant to be a palace for the ambitious, marble floors, stained glass, golden chandeliers, a beacon of luxury for businessmen and travelers passing through the City of Angels. But only a few years later, the Great Depression hit, and the dream turned to rot. As downtown crumbled, so did the guests. The rich stopped coming, and what replaced them were the desperate, people running from something or to something even worse. The Cecil became the final stop for the lost, the broke, the forgotten. It was around this time the first bodies started showing up. The first was in 1931, a man found dead in his room from suicide. Then another, and another. By the 1940s, the Cecil had already built a reputation as the suicide hotel. People began to whisper that it called to the broken, that it wanted them. Room after room became silent memorials. A woman jumped from the 9th floor and landed on a pedestrian, killing him instantly. Neither of them had any connection. They just happened to share the same final moment, one falling, one walking by. It was as if the hotel itself had hands. And then came the killers. The Night Stalker. In the summer of 1985, one of America's most infamous serial killers, Richard Ramirez, known as the Night Stalker, checked into the Cecil. He lived on the top floor for weeks. After committing his nightly murders, he would return to the hotel, blood still on his clothes, walk through the lobby in silence, and discard his bloody garments in the dumpster behind the building. No one said a word. People there were too used to the smell of decay. Later, another serial killer, Jack Unterweger, also stayed at the Cecil. A writer released from prison for murder only to return to killing while living at the same hotel. Different decades, same walls, same story. The Elisa Lam mystery. But it wasn't until 2013 that the world rediscovered the Cecil through a viral video that would haunt the internet for years. A young student from Vancouver named Elisa Lam was found dead, her body floating in the hotel's rooftop water tank after she had gone missing for weeks. The last known footage of her is still burned into the internet's collective memory. Elevator doors opening and closing as she pressed every button, waving her hands, hiding in corners, as if speaking to someone or something invisible. Her behavior defied explanation. Was it mental illness, a stalker, or something else entirely? The autopsy revealed no clear cause, no drugs, no evidence of assault, just silence. And yet, for days, guests had been showering and drinking the very water she was decomposing in. That was the moment the Cecil's legend left the streets and entered global horror. Skid Row's shadow. But to understand why so much darkness gathered here, you need to look beyond ghosts to the streets below. The Cecil stands on the edge of Skid Row, one of the densest homeless populations in America. Tens of thousands live in tents and alleys around the hotel. For decades, this area became a dumping ground for those society didn't want to see: the mentally ill, the addicted, the forgotten veterans. The Cecil didn't create the darkness. It absorbed it. It became a mirror, reflecting everything the city wanted to hide. Inside, cheap rooms went for less than a night's meal. Drugs, prostitution, despair, all under flickering hallway lights. It wasn't just a hotel anymore. It was a machine for decay. Whispers of the supernatural. Still, some believe the Cecil's curse runs deeper. Guests have reported hearing whispers through the vents, doors that open and close by themselves, cold spots that move with you. One maintenance worker quit after hearing a woman cry from an empty room when the entire floor was vacant. There are legends that the building was constructed on cursed land, or that the deaths over the decades left behind echoes, spiritual residue that never faded. Whatever the truth is, one fact remains. The Cecil draws tragedy like gravity. In 2011, new investors tried to erase its past, renaming it Stay on Main, repainting walls and launching a new website. But evil has a long memory. Even under a new name, the energy didn't change. Guests still reported sleepless nights, strange sounds, and an overwhelming sense of dread. Eventually, the city shut it down. Then, Netflix released a documentary. The world rediscovered its darkness. Every time people try to bury the Cecil's past, it digs itself out again. Why we can't look away? Maybe that's the real reason we keep telling this story. Because the Cecil isn't just a haunted hotel. It's a monument to how easily people vanish in plain sight. Behind every ghost story here is a real person. Someone who came to the city with hope and found despair instead. The walls aren't cursed because of ghosts. They're cursed because they remember. And every time we say its name, Cecil, we give life to the pain it tried to contain. Today, we uncovered the secrets of the Cecil Hotel, a place where history, tragedy, and myth all blend into one chilling reality. From the suicides of the Great Depression to the mysterious case of Elisa Lam, one truth stands above all. Some buildings never die. They just wait. If this story made you look at forgotten places differently, hit subscribe and share your thoughts below. Do you believe places can truly absorb the energy of death, or are they simply reflections of our own darkness? Here's to remembering the forgotten and uncovering the relics that refuse to stay buried. See you in the next one.